Charles is talking to Bruce.
That would be the best way to do it.
Yeah, the highest I can get here, I think, is about, I can get it up maybe about 25, 30 feet. Will that work, or does it need to be higher?
Oh, that's all it takes for the loop. A loop works good, 25, 30 feet off the ground. That's good spacing, using the ground as a reflector. There's little, ground losses there, but it'll work just fine. I don't know if you'd really appreciate that much difference between 30 feet and 50 feet. So, yeah, if you get it up 30 feet horizontal to the ground, it ought to work just fine for you.
Okay, yeah, I cut my G5RB down and went to a dipole this weekend, matter of fact, just so I can match up good with my tuner, and I bought an amplifier too. I've got a Marathon now, so I can push a little power when I need to talk Fairbanks and stuff. So, all right, I'll let you get back to that. Hey, thank you very much, and this is KL2, Golf Whiskey. Hopefully I'll be talking to you tomorrow night from Fairbanks.
Okay, and of course, the dipoles and G5RBs and all those, they all work good. All these antennas, 30 to 50 feet off the ground are pretty close. I mean, the one thing you probably have in favor of the loop, it tunes a lot easier on the second harmonic versus dipole. And then the other thing that on the loop, it's a little quieter. Not a whole bunch, but every little bit seems to help. And I think you'll notice a little bit more quieter on the receive. That's probably got the two things going for it. Transmit signal-wise, you probably can't tell the difference between them. Okay, 73s again. We'll look forward to hearing you on from Fairbanks the next time.
Okay, Bruce.
And this is KL7JDR. The name is Bruce, and we're out here in the suburbs of Soldotna. Anybody else out there like to join us on the Motley Group?
Check back.
YY. Get 7FXX. Holy Bay, we got a whole slew of them. We get a couple of them. KL1YY. Hi, Marvin.
Hey, good evening, Bruce. I won't keep you sound like you got a good net going, but just wanted to say howdy and check in. And anyway, we've had rain here most of the day, and it's not raining right now, but it's just any time. So anyway, I'll let you go over here, Bruce. Hi to Pat, and we'll catch you later. KL1 or YY.
Yeah, it's raining here. Some big black mean clouds are rolling in too, so I don't think it's going to let up anytime soon. Oh, it sounds like to me you just dodged the weather and you had a perfect time across the inlet over there.
Yeah, we sure did. The last 3 days was cloudy, but anyway, we had really good weather over there. Had a good time.
Glad you did. And good evening to you and Sharon up here down too, and good to hear you on.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
Okay, 73s and Claude, N7FXX, KL7JDR. Good to hear you on again tonight, Claude. Booming signal as always.
Oh, howdy. Yeah, I'm not running any power tonight. I've installed some rear speakers on this 5.1 surround sound, and when I put the amplifier on, the audio amp in the other room defaults off.
I know the feeling. I got only one problem left. I put some ferrite cords and did some better grounding on my station here, but the subwoofer on my stereo system, I talk on it, so anytime I get ready to get on the radio, I just go by my subwoofer and unplug the power cord to it. It wouldn't be that hard to put another ferrite core on it, but I ran out of them, so I guess I need to get a hold of Palomar and get another handful of them. But other than that, we seem to be pretty quiet. I hear a small tad feedback on my headphones, but not really too bad. And I'm using an amplified headphones, and it was really bad until I put some ferrite beats on it, but it seems to be pretty good. And now we're running about 300 to 400 watts here, just sort of moping along on this thing, not make it sound too bad. Well, sounds like to me you got some good tips from Jim, and you're all set to go with a loop and a balance line, huh?
Yeah, I've got the loop, the 40 and 80 meter loop feeding off the one Ballon, and I thought I'd try a balance line. Do you use that loop on 40 as well?
Yes, I do. It works real good. Of course, it's not high angle on 40. That's the only problem with the wavelength 75 meter. It's not straight up and straight down, but it still works pretty adequately on 40. I guess if you just really wanted to have that high angle, you'd want to have a 40 meter loop inside it. You probably want to have a little closer to the ground than the 80. Assuming that the 80 is up at 50, 60 feet, which is getting to be a little high for 40 meters straight up. You probably want to have the 40 down 25, 30 feet. But as a compromise, yeah. I used to in the old days have a loop up on 40, and there's too much wire out there, and we just use our 80 meter loop now.
Well, the tune on
I want to hike that right there.
No, there's two. You gotta have a full wavelength on 160, which is the same problem. I just mentioned using a 160 loop on 75. It's no longer straight up and down. so you have the low angle lobes off of it, but it's pretty quiet and